Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Squawking Eagles Podcast, or should I rename this the Squawking Bird Dog Podcast? I'm Mike, and I'm joined by Mark, and the return of Miguel.
The ones is back. The ones is back. Georgia Duffy is in the house. Let's go.
Let's go. We are coming off one of another great draft by Howie Roseman. Would you agree, Mark?
I would say this is quite arguably, and I'm shocked. This
I
could be
know.
his best draft. This could be his best draft ever. This
And
was
we thought
great.
last year was his best draft, right?
I know.
Wow. Wait. Pause everything. Stop
Yeah.
everything. Mark,
Howie hater.
brother, if I recall, your exact quote was, if we draft Jalen Carter, it'll be a nightmare for you.
If we traded up to draft Jalen Carter,
Technically,
But
we
we
did.
did.
Technically, we
you're
did.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Just one
But-
pick.
But with so I've been thinking about this since prior to the draft, since our last time talking. When I realized that when they talked about, there's a little interview with Sirianni and Howie, they said they went and they had a meeting with the Kobe Dean, and they had a meeting with Jordan Davis, and they're like, hey, so what are your guys' thoughts? What do we know? You guys been there. You guys know him. What can we really get out of him? And when those two players came and said, look, he's been young, he was young, but he's a solid foundation player. He's going to help the team. He's not going to follow up with that kind of attitude, that kind of, mistakes as a professional. We got him. We can help him through that. I was like, you know what? This is the right fit. I will say I was very against trading up for him because, granted, the rumor was we were trading up to like 5.
Right.
9, I would have been upset if the trade was like any other NFL draft trade in the past. We traded away a future 4th.
Right.
Huh?
Wasn't that terrible?
That doesn't even
Chicago-
count. That
Chicago
literally
was
doesn't
gonna
count.
take him.
Exactly. But we're going to
Chica-
get that back in a compensatory pick. Like, it literally was just, hey,
Right.
would you like this pick? And we take this one? And they're like, yes.
Yes.
How do they not go, you want Carter, you want the best talent in the draft, a little more spice. No,
Right.
Howie just said, excuse me, Jedi mind trick, you're going to give us this. And they said,
Right.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Give
sir.
me your pick.
You're going to give me
he
your
literally
pick.
called them, you will give us this pick. The 10th pick is the one you're looking for. And so we got him. So I was very concerned with his off-field issues.
Right.
I don't like having players that are a problem in the locker room. But like Miguel or like Mike said, just coming in like the Bird Dog team as it is, like we're all joking here in Philly. It's the Bird Dogs now. He's got so many Georgia players who can be trusted and around him. And you know what? Fletcher Cox is still there. There's still, there is
Brandon
still
Graham.
minute concern. I'm not gonna lie. There's minute concern that he can't get his act together. But if on any team he could get it together, it would be here. And I think seeing how he was crying during the draft, like this man knew he was a number 1 to number 3 talent. He straight up did not interview any team past 10.
Right.
He
Right.
knew he couldn't fall that far. He fell to 9 and he was devastated by it. I think he's willing to really work his ass off to be a true member of this team.
Yeah.
And if he is, RD line. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, can it be September? Like, I want
And
some football.
We
my guy.
haven't even talking about getting Nolan Smith and how that fell into our laps. Like, God
Bro,
dang,
don't
like
even
what?
get me started. I'm so upset that you couldn't make it for the draft, man. I'm so upset.
I know.
Ask Mike, I was freaking out.
He was
Like,
so was I.
Like he was.
I was at work clapping and everybody was looking at me like, what is going on?
What's wrong with
I
that
was
guy?
like, yo, we just
Dude, the fact that he fell to 30, like I saw some of the analysts who were like, what is happening? Why is this top 10 talent available? I'm like, I don't know. But the fact that Howie called him was like, you're here. The Kobe Dean's there. Like, let's go, my boy.
The Kobe D was at his draft party. Him and
They're
Jordan
best friends.
and Jordan Davis was filming the whole thing. Like
That's
the fact that those two guys were that involved with it, we were like, oh, this is something special here.
Bro,
And
this
did you
is
see that he had green socks on?
fire.
He had green socks on when he got drafted. He's like, I had
Dude.
this socks on.
Yeah,
Did you
knew.
hear while he's sitting there on the phone with Nick Sirianni, his whole family starts doing the Eagles chant.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome. That's awesome. Special.
This feels good, boys.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
special team, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be.
saw a hot. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's gonna be definitely a special team, but could we walk away from this draft saying that the Eagles are actually a better team now than they were?
Yes.
Super Bowl team? Like, could we walk away and say that?
We were a Super Bowl contender team last year. Now we're a Super Bowl team.
Wow.
I'm sorry. There's
Amazing.
and first off, before I go on to my little NFC rant, I did see a hot take that I really like. Because of how disgusting our D line is, they can't stop the outside. Nolan Smith, double-digit sacks, year one.
Yeah.
I am shocked how the NFL is still on this kick about size. And I know size, they say size counts, right?
Right.
To an extent.
But in the NFL, I don't feel like that's a proven point. Like, because there's been multiple players that have come into this league, Darren Sproles, Brandon Graham. They've been considered small players, and look how much they've dominated. So it's crazy to see.
I was just say Aaron Donald. He's not a big dude.
Yeah. I was just thinking Eagles. So
I'm just saying in general in the NFL though, like you're right. It's not even just here. Like in general, you're
Deshaun
right. Like,
Jackson,
too
skinny.
Wrong.
Right.
But I think there's positive and negatives to both sides. Like I understand Nolan Smith being 240. I'm bigger weight wise than Nolan Smith. Doesn't say much. I'm just fat. But
it's not pure muscle. It's not pure muscle.
As much as I wish it was, nah, it ain't shit.
You gotta go. It's a fuel tank for the love machine.
But I'll tell you, okay, I've mentioned it before. When I was younger and I played football, again, I've never will be the athlete that any of these guys are. But at my peak, okay, I was about 215 as a linebacker. I ran a 4.6 40. I was pretty ecstatic about that. This man is 6'2", 240, and ran a sub 4.4 40.
Yeah.
Bro. Talent.
I mean, that's just nasty. And he knows how to work players, man. Like, he's not just fast. He knows how to work those tackles. He knows how to work those guards. He knows how to come in and cover on. He can cover a running back with that speed. You know how many running backs don't run sub 4.4 40s in the NFL? Most of them.
Most of them.
You got a few freaks.
The Eagles walked away with Jalen Carter, and they walked away with Nolan Smith, and they walked away with
Ringo in the 4th round. That man was a top 50 talent.
But they also got Jaden Hazelwood from Alabama, from the Sooners, which he had 0. I think it was like, no, it was not him. It was Eli. Was it Eli Ricks from Alabama? He had 0
tackle.
No.
Sacks.
0 pass completions. He didn't give up any completions last year or touchdowns. As a corner from Alabama.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Eli Ricks.
Oh, did we pick him up undrafted?
Undrafted.
Okay, yeah.
We got some guys undrafted that I think are going to be really special.
I'm gonna follow up with you on that. I'm gonna step away from the Georgia Bulldogs that are now half of our defense. Right. Tyler Steen, tackle out of Bama. Look,
yes,
Bama's got one thing going for him, and for the years it's been their O line. I'm happy with him. I like that he immediately contacted Mailata and Lane Johnson. I think he's going to rotate to guard because, let's be honest, you're not going to replace Johnson. You're probably a chance you're replacing Mailata right now are slim to none.
Yeah.
But a big boy in the middle is fine by me. You're going to have Cam Jurgens, Jason Kelsey, and Steen.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. And then Sidney Brown.
I was happy that how he did that, but I think his initial target was that dude Terrence from Florida. And like we were the pick right after him, right after whoever he went with, and then how he traded out of that position, and then I seen him get back into that tackle to grab that tackle, and that was a great grab by Howie. Yeah.
And then what I'd like to also point out now, first off, I'm not trying to up myself a little bit, but when we did our mock drafts, I was wheeling and dealing.
Yes.
And I think that Howie did exactly what I thought he might do.
He did.
I will say
he did some wheeling and dealing.
Took way more than I thought he was going to get. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But again, Keely Ringo, top 50 ranked
Yeah.
player. Guys, that's mid-second round. That's not like that's and you got him in the fourth.
That was a steal.
We got Sidney Brown on top of it, who was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in Illinois. And then you roll down round 7. I talked about him during our draft. Moro Ajomo,
Yeah.
D tackle. Yeah, he's a work in progress, but right now we've got room for him to be a work in progress.
He can be, yeah.
He's a big boy. He can learn, and you think of who he's got to teach him now. It's not just Cox. It's not just Brandon Graham. He's got Jordan Davis there. He's got Jalen Carter there. He's got Josh Sweat there. This man's gonna learn. This man's gonna come out ready. And you think, oh, in a year, oh no, Fletcher Cox can retire. We have 2 great D linemen in Jalen Carter, and we got Jordan Davis, but we got to rotate them.
It'll continue that rotation. It'll continue that rotation.
I think that honestly, for a 7th round, and that was what, pick 32? It was 249.
249. Yeah. Another guy they picked up as undrafted was Trevor Reed. I don't know if you look up that guy is huge. This guy is a massive human being. And
I will say I did not follow the undrafted as much as normal because I was just too hyped.
They picked up some good guys. This guy Trevor Reed. They picked up Joe Nagata from Clemson. They picked up, like you said, Mojo he was like the last pick. Oh, they picked up a quarterback too from the Tanner McKee.
Yeah. Which I didn't understand that one.
I did. It's called Howie Roseman.
QB Factory.
I hear you, but
Howie had to have his touch.
And
he's a pocket quarterback.
I know, which makes no sense.
Yeah,
no sense at all.
I will say, and look, and again, this could be. I talked to my buddy Mike about this. Not this Mike, my other buddy Mike. And again, I could be biased. That's fine. But I straight up believe that right now, we not only do have the strongest defense, I think we have obviously a phenomenal quarterback. We have locked up. We've got a phenomenal O-line. We've got the weapons everywhere. Our tight end, arguably top 3 in the NFL.
Yep.
We got top receiver duo in the NFL, in my opinion. We've DeAndre Swift, I've already said before, one of the best running backs. He's the only running back to absolutely crush us this past year. And now he's with us with a better O-line. You guys gonna go play.
Now, speaking of tight ends, they also signed Brady Russell. Brady Russell is a tight end from Colorado, and he is going to be on the podcast after mini camps are over. He's going to come on. We're going to talk with him and interview him later on in a couple of weeks or so.
Really?
Really? Yes.
Wow. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I also saw Nakobe Dean liking our posts.
Nakobe Dean, Trevor Reed, they're liking our posts. They're
shout out to our Eagles. How you guys doing? Welcome. We love you guys. What I was saying though, I think we have the best backup quarterback for the way we play now too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think Mariota is. I think granted, I don't want anything to happen to Hurts, but I think if anything does, we're not stuck like we were last year. And I think he can just plug and play.
Did you also see that Mariota is going to wear number 8? Siposs is going to take and give him 8. How you like that?
I'm getting that jersey. But bro, what jersey? Like, I can't afford this many Eagles jerseys, my guy. I need.
What number are they going to give Carter? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, he can't have 88. He can't have 8, right?
Nope, he can't have 99. He can't have 98.
He needs to have a single digit number, I think, at this point.
I mean, I say Nolan Smith was
Nolan Smith was 4, so he can't be 4. So what's he going to be? 3?
No. I don't know, man.
Pascal was 3. He's gone now, so
he's
available.
I'm excited to see their numbers.
I am too,
my guy.
Now, Mark mentioned that we locked up our quarterback. Now, Mark and I talked last week about Jalen Hurts' contract.
I'm an idiot.
And I really wanted to discuss it with Miguel because we had quite the text thread that all I said was Jalen got paid, and it went on to like 27 messages, and it didn't even involve me. Like, it just went on. It went on and on and on. And I said, let's stop and let's save this for the podcast. Miguel, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts' contract? What are your thoughts?
I felt it was a great contract. Howie did an amazing job of spreading out the money, and the amount of years is perfect because, hey, we've learned from the Carson Wentz experiment that it takes about 5 years to bounce back from having a bad quarterback. So why not give a 5-year contract to somebody we potentially think has the potential to be an MVP while giving him his guaranteed money? Now, granted, it's a lot of guaranteed money, but as per Elliott Shore Parks, and if you want to look up the numbers, Mark, while I'm speaking, you can look up the numbers.
I've got all the numbers.
Jalen Hurts contract for the next couple years for his salary cap hit is 6, 12, 13, 21, 31.
Yeah.
That's his cap hit for those 5 years. Everything else is in guaranteed money. That's
all right.
That's money that comes off right off the books.
You can look this up right now. It does hit your cap. It just doesn't hit it the same way because it's back ended, but it does hit the cap, and you will have to, like, I've talked to someone else about this. This will come back eventually because we keep kicking it down. And that's okay. We're building a team to win right now.
Yeah.
One day that does come home to roost. One day we have to pay that money, and one day that has to hit the cap. We just keep pushing it back for now, but it does hit the cap. I'm not lying,
but
I promise you.
You're making it an issue about us not being able to sign players. When Howie just proved to you we can sign all the players that you thought we were going to lose and sign Hurts to an extension. Like, come on.
Hold up. Now,
Howie proved everything that you were saying last week wrong. Brother.
Because I was no. I was looking at the contracts that were being produced, and everyone, if you look it up, everything you see only shows for the 5 years because those are the years that matter. I was confused because I was like, what's the missing money? Because I was looking at the numbers presented, not realizing, hey, 5th year's over here, 170 million, just tagging along back here, most money ever. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So that's never going to happen. That 5th year's never getting paid. That's fine. Well, again, it will down the line. We're going to kick it down with an extension. Although I will say, and this is the one thing that I think we're back and forth on. I agree. We don't want to have a repeat Carson Wentz, obviously. I really hope that I think that Hurts has a better work ethic, a better mentality. I hope that would not happen. I really hope he never has an injury like that. I didn't want that to happen to Wentz either. I don't want anyone to have an injury like that. That's terrible. Obviously, as an Eagles fan, Hurts being our quarterback, our leader, I hope you never see even come on. It's like minor scratches. You're playing football. It happens. That's it. I don't want any other injury to happen to you, my guy. I want you to be the healthiest horse to ever play football. I want Iron Man football for the next 15 years out of you.
Of course, 100%.
I will say, I would have liked to have seen like a longer contract with clauses in there for that potential, just because let's say, I mean, right now, obviously we're hype on it. Let's say we win the Super Bowl this year. Maybe we go back next year. Maybe he wins MVP one or two of those times. Suddenly he's 29 in the prime of his life with some rings, some heavy metal on his hands going, hey boys, time to pay up. Woo, that's gonna hurt the pockets.
He could do that.
Let's see how it goes.
He's not saying that he won't, though.
But what Howie set it up for is, hey, you get to that 4th year of that contract and you go, damn, he's gonna win us the 3rd straight. Let's God wishing,
bro. Imagine
that we're winning our 3rd Super Bowl.
I can't fathom.
Wait. We're about to win. Well, we just won our 3rd Super Bowl, and he's coming up towards the end of his contract. All you got to do is guarantee the end of that contract and just sign him to an extension.
Yeah,
everybody's happy. He gets his money up front. We still have room to wiggle and buy free agents, and he gets paid.
And people are going to come here for cheap. If we're winning 3 in a row, people are coming here cheap.
If we win 3 in a row, I will literally be,
I can't believe we're talking about this. Why are we talking about this? Like,
what's that? I'm talking,
it's all preseason hype. It's all preseason hype.
This is like preseason hype.
Wait. Guys, let's settle down. We're sounding like Cowboys fans. We're sounding like Cowboys fans.
Oh yeah.
Let's calm it down.
Let's not do that. I will say, hey, fun question for you guys. Who is the longest tenured quarterback in the NFC?
I can't believe I know the answer. I can't believe what it
Dak.
is.
Shocking.
Yeah.
What?
Dak.
That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Dak.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
And you got to think, most likely he's going to stay that way for a while because I don't think Cousins has more than another year or two in the Vikings.
They've already drafted a quarterback possibly to replace him. Yeah.
Obviously we're keeping Hurts, but Hurts started after Dak, so like he's not going to eclipse that till Dak goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
There's no NFC quarterback's going to have a chance at those numbers.
Yeah.
That's like shocking.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Dak, that garbage can.
Hey, did you hear the shot that Jerry Jones took at his coach?
Oh man, it was great.
No, I missed it.
Go ahead, Miguel. Tell us. Tell it, Miguel.
Oh,
tell
boy.
it.
Oh,
Tell
boy.
it.
They were like Jerry Jones, and I don't remember the exact quote, but I'm paraphrasing here. He said, "It's not that we draft bad players; it's just bad coaching."
Yeah, and McCarthy is sitting.
Right next to him.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah, it was mad awkward.
You know what? For all Jerry Jones kind of reminds me of Bush. Because like I remember when I was younger, a lot of people didn't like him as a president, whatever. I don't want to get into politics, but he gave you great clips
Right.
of just great one-liners, hilarity. Jerry Jones, you know what? He's the Dallas Cowboys owner. I don't shit about him, but the sound bites he gives us are just perfect sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear him and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you, Jerry.
Well, the more perfect thing is that Micah Parsons is crying the fact that the Eagles got who we got. Like that
he's like salivating to come over. He's like, please trade for me, please.
Bro, we can't. First off, we can't afford it. Secondly, with the lineup we have now, I used to want him.
Yeah, what do you need him for now, right?
Well, where am I going to put you on the bench? Like,
yes.
come on.
He plays special teams.
We need to make a graphic T-shirt of AJ with a tissue box.
I know.
We need to make that a T-shirt, guys.
That was phenomenal, man.
I'm excited to talk to Nat. I'm trying to get Nat to come on. He tried to come and talk about the draft, and he never seemed to make it on to the draft after we got Nolan Carter. So he kind of like sent me a text messages. He's just like he sent me a message saying that crying faces. I'm like, yeah, what are we gonna do? The Eagles, I think the Eagles draft was an A+. Like you can't.
He had not an A+ across any grade though. No one gave them an A+ grade.
I know it's because it's got to be because of the Eagles. There's just people are just so like.
I will say, I've seen a lot of people saying that
the credit.
I've seen a lot of people say Dallas messed up. That they sent that they called in N Smith and that the person reported M Smith, so they drafted Maze Smith.
Mark, I wanted to bring up another point. It reminds me another point, Mark. You also said last week that you wanted to draft a backup cornerback at 10.
I wanted Christian Gonzalez.
Why you want to draft somebody to sit him on the bench?
He wouldn't have been a backup.
Yes, he would have.
Bro,
you're not paying Bradbury and Slade to sit either.
Yeah, but most NFL teams are running 3 wideouts anymore.
Yeah, but we still got
no, you don't.
Avante?
Yes,
no,
you do. Avante.
He's not a great cover guy though. He's not a great.
He's not. If you watch, he's not what Gonzalez is. More physical, a better receiving corner. Gonzalez. I'll tell you what.
The Patriots got to steal.
Gonzalez is going to make Josh Allen pay. I promise you right now, he's going to make Josh Allen unhappy to play in Boston this year. Yeah. That's not going to be a fun time. He's not someone to be looked at lightly. That I'm not going to say he's Sauce Gardner level. He's not, but he's not like he's not Rager. Okay, he's up there closer to a Sauce level. He's going to do very well. He is phenomenal. I'm a big believer that cornerbacks that are high skilled are rather rare. I was talking on the draft day. I grew up, we had Deion Sanders, not us, but like Deion Sanders in the league. Yeah. Prime time. Since prime time, we had there was corners. There's been good corners, but until Darrelle Revis, there was no lockdown corner.
Right.
Okay. Since Darrelle Revis, there's been good corners. Jalen Ramsey tried, but wasn't quite Revis level. No. Now they got Sauce Gardner, of course, on the same goddamn team, who literally might hit that level.
Yeah.
Like they're not common to have corners at that caliber. And again, I think that Gonzalez, not Gardner level, but I think he could be Ramsey level. I'm not going to deny a chance to have a cornerback that talented.
Well, how about Devin Witherspoon? He went high. He went higher than anybody thought.
I know. Well, he was. The
thing
is, he had.
And I was high on him too.
I think he had a longer career of being that good. Gonzalez had a really good career at Colorado. Had a pretty phenomenal senior year at Oregon, but it took him that extra year to kind of prove his value.
Right.
Where I think Witherspoon just has,
Yeah.
And I will say the Steelers to get Joey Porter in the second round, Also theft. That's some theft right there.
Yeah. They're also projecting that Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is going to go to the Steelers next year. That's what they're projecting.
All I want, you want to talk
about
next year?
How will you trade for him?
I want one.
Just got to have that name on the Eagles guy. You got to have that.
I want one player from next year's draft above all else.
Who's that? Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
I hate it because he's Ohio State, but come on, man. Marvin Harrison is a living legend.
Wide receiver.
He's a receiver like his daddy.
Exactly, and he's good.
Hopefully, he don't shoot people like his daddy.
A lot of players don't live up to their father's hype in every sport. I mean, look at basketball. Michael Jordan's kids never made it. LeBron James, his son's probably going to make the NBA. He's not going to be LeBron. He's not going to make that level. They just don't. Marvin Harrison Jr. might very well make Marvin Harrison level plays.
Maybe.
I mean, he is ridiculous.
And you're saying this about Ohio State player. You do not like Ohio State.
Ohio State. But the boy's a Philly boy. He went to St. Joe's just like Swift. Like, come on, man. Bro, Philly. The only other place I could see him going, I know he'd be happy with the Colts, obviously playing on the same team as your dad. I get it. Yeah. But I think Harrison Jr. and Green look so good. And you imagine AJ, Devontae Smith, and Harrison Jr.
Yeah. There's not enough people to cover those guys.
And that's just your wideouts. You still got to stop Goddard. You got to stop Goddard. Yeah. And if we have him, so you got to stop Swift. And then if you stop all of them, Hurts.
Can we talk about DeAndre Swift getting a trade? Like, how does Howie pull off a trade to get DeAndre Swift? Like, they didn't really lose anything.
As soon as they drafted Gibbs, I'm sure Howie was like, "Hello,
oh yeah,
give me Swift."
Swift.
You got to get rid of one of them. Yeah, you got to get rid of one of them. I don't know if you guys seen the like yesterday his hype video came out for when he was declaring who he was going to college for.
Yeah.
And it was like it was almost like a Rocky thing. Like he started off at the art museum and he was running through the streets and he had a whole bunch of people following him.
That's cool.
He's a Philly boy, man. So I'm expecting big things from him. Hopefully he stays healthy.
I'll tell you, he's so excited.
I think the knock on him that he's been hurt, but he really has played like at least 13 games the last 4 to 5 seasons. You know what I mean?
And that was him being the number one back though. Like he's not going to be the number one back. They're going to share.
I think
we're definitely doing running back.
He'll be the number one back, but he'll share.
Right.
No,
right.
He won't be a 25 carry back. He'll probably be a 10 or 12 carry back, but I think he still gets the lion's share.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be between him and Gainwell, and then maybe Penny on the third down, short yardage, and then obviously we got the giant killer whenever we need him. You know what I mean?
You got to rotate in Scott. I really hope we keep all 4. I know that's a lot to carry.
It's a lot of running backs, man.
But you know what? Let's do it. They're good. I like them, but I think DeAndre takes the quote unquote starting role because he just is. If you look at their measurables, you look at their skill level, he is just the best back we have now.
Yeah,
he is the most proven back. No one else is putting up the numbers he is.
No, agreed.
And he's a great receiving back. He's a great, out like he has speed. He's got the moves. It's nasty.
Oh.
So
I was gonna ask, would have been as happy had we had gotten Derrick Henry as well?
No.
Or instead of Swift.
No, because Henry's
too much
like
money.
5 years older, 6 years older.
I'm sure Howie would have worked it out somehow.
Howie would have. Speaking of Howie, now you're speaking of Howie. Now there's a lot of talk. We were talking earlier that Howie, people are like not happy that Howie gets all this praise. Like seriously, like are we the only fan base who cares about our GM as much as we do? Like, are we the only ones that talk so much about how we respect or hate how much they do? Like,
you know what? We might be, and it's across all sports. Like I can tell you right now, obviously we're a football podcast. I know you guys are big football fans. I grew up in a hockey house. I love football. Football is amazing. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, as you guys can tell. I'm also a huge Flyers fan. The fan base of Philadelphia hated what our GM did. Absolutely destroyed it. We had a chance to one of the best players in the NHL who literally came up to us and said, "I want to play in Philly." And when he said, "Not even give you an offer."
Who?
Excuse
Who's
me?
That? Who?
Johnny Gaudreau.
Oh.
Kid grew up in Jersey, wants to play for the Flyers. He has a new contract with Columbus with a no trade clause with an exception to the Flyers.
Wow.
That's how bad he wants to play here. And our GM was like, nah. So we fired him. And then we hired someone else, and we're not doing it. Like,
they fired him.
All we want to do, no, we want to get rid of the owner because the owner is
Yeah.
Comcast. The
Comcast.
fan base knows the owner and says get rid of the owner. What fan base says get rid of the owner, except maybe Washington because Dan Snyder was a complete tool bag.
$6 billion.
The New York Knicks, the
Right?
Knicks
Yeah.
are Dolan.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I mean, like, we do that with the Phillies, the Eagles, the Sixers. Like, our fan base knows the GMs. We know
we're very
owners.
vocal.
We know the coaches.
And so it's now coming out that GMs around the league do not like it. They do not like hearing Howie Roseman praise. And
I mean, they don't want that phone call. I'll tell you that.
Right. Like, seriously, are you talking to if you get a 215 area code, are you picking up up that phone? No.
He just relived draft day for us.
Yeah.
Like the movie, he pulled the best Kevin Costner impression. It's crazy because if you go back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and talk to me, okay, prior to the podcast,
Yes.
you particularly know Mike.
I know.
A little bit.
I
I've talked
know.
about it. I hated Howie. I wanted him gone. Okay, I'm okay with Jeff.
A lot
Lurie.
of us did.
I'm like okay with Jeff Lurie, but our coaching too. I didn't like Peterson. I was on the fence with him. I wanted us to take Frank Reich over Peterson.
Yeah.
And then we took Sirianni, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about Sirianni. I don't know how we felt about Hurts when we got the draft. I was like, why?
Right.
Why?
Obviously, we don't know what we're talking about.
Mouth, okay.
Right.
Clearly, Jeff Lurie sat down with Howie, and Howie said, look, I got a 5-year plan to absolutely blow the water out of everyone. And he said, do it, my guy. And I just didn't know it.
Right.
I just didn't know it. I'm gonna accept that. My shortcomings, my failures. Howie, thank you for rebuilding Philadelphia. Sirianni, thank you for coaching this team the way you are. I'm so excited. Can it be like camp at least? Can we go to some practice? I'm hyped.
Yeah, I think we haven't the three of us haven't talked together in a while, and we as soon as we got on, like before we even started recording, we were starting to get like psyched up. We were really like, this is a lot of energy coming to this podcast because a lot of stuff has happened. And next week the schedule is coming out, May 11th. They're making a declaration of that this is the day that NFL schedule is coming out, and they're already hyping a Philly New York Giants Black Friday game.
Oh, they
Really?
want to see us just dominate a team on
Yeah.
Black Friday? Is that
a Black Friday game?
Is it a sale on touchdowns that day? Is that why? Are we getting extra touchdowns?
It's gonna be interesting.
Boston Scott with 3.
Yeah, that'd be if they do a Black Friday game and the Eagles are playing Black Friday. Why do I even have to leave the blackout Black Friday game? How amazing would that be?
Bro,
Would that be home or at the Giants?
doesn't
It would have to
matter.
be home.
Either
still
either
home.
It
one.
would have to
That's
be
still
home.
home.
Either one.
Like the
Either
Giants
one.
Stadium is just our second home, right?
Right. It's still a home game, I guess, right?
It's still a home. I
True.
mean, like Washington's
Yeah,
still a home game.
Right.
We still own it.
Right.
Honestly, our fans travel well, my guy.
We had a lot
love
of-
seeing us at every game.
Yeah, there's
I
a lot
can't
of
wait.
away games last
I
year.
want to afford that. I want to be able to afford to start going to all these games.
Yes. We are definitely the three here. We will be at a game this year somehow, some way. All three of us will be at a game together. I know my son and
Hopefully
I
not a cold one.
Not a cold one.
Not a
Hey,
cold one.
right.
Anything
We'll try
before
early.
the end of November, please.
Right. Right. My son,
Hey,
he's
you know
a
what? I'm
Dolphins
cool with
fan. He wants to go to I said, you want to go to the
I'm
Eagles are
going
gonna play
to
the
that one.
Dolphins. Should we go? And he's like, yeah, all right. So
I'm going to that one.
maybe we're going to a Dolphins game. We'll see.
But I'll go to more
also-
than one if I can afford it.
Yeah, I'm going to try this year. We're going to be on the top of the list now this year. Forget those press passes. So we were on the bottom of the list last year. Hopefully we're a little bit higher. We'll get those passes.
I can't do the press pass for the Miami game. I gotta be in the stands.
No, I
gotta
agree.
be in the stands.
Agreed.
I don't even know how I could be in the press room. I don't.
It's gonna
It's gonna be
want
so
field.
It's
hard.
going to
I
be
want
interesting,
field.
man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, and I'm excited for this upcoming season. And I'm glad. Last week marked our 1 year anniversary. Like, wow, we've been doing this for 1 year already, and
It's funny how time flies when you're having a good time.
it does, and it's been a blast.
Would you say
with
that
guys.
it flies like the Eagles?
It does fly like
Yes.
eagles. It flies like a bird dog. It flies like a bird dog.
Dog, let's go.
So I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season. Our next podcast, we're going to talk about the schedule because it will be released, and we'll be able to preview each game 1 week after another, and we can break it down and a quick just a look at what the Eagles season is going to be like, because we are, if you can't tell, excited for this season.
Just a bit.
Definitely.
Right,
a little bit.
Right, mini camps are starting for the rookies. Like I said, I was talking to Brady Russell. He said, "We'll talk after the mini camps are over." It's going to be a hectic few weeks. I'm like, I'm sure it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be.
Yeah, it's a tough time for him because being undrafted, you got to really prove yourself.
He's got to work. He's got to work. Yeah,
but it'd be nice. It'd be solid.
I reached out to all the guys. They liked my messages, but they never kind of got back. And Brady was like, "Hey, let's go." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool. I'm excited.
Awesome.
This is a new thing for the podcast. It'll be a lot of fun.
All it takes is one to start it off, man. So
that's right. Get your foot in the door, right? Get your foot in the door.
We have a good one. He spreads the news to the other team members. Other team members come on. We get recognition.
You got it.
Hey,
you got it, my man. That's all we're here for. That's what we're here for. And we're here to have a good time. It's great conversation here.
But guys, remember, players, if you ever going to be a part of this pod, we're going to keep it real. If you Jalen Reagor, you're Jalen Reagor. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Jalen Reagor, his fifth option was not picked up by the Vikings, surprisingly.
Oh, surprise. Wow.
Should we get him on the podcast?
I should reach out to Jalen Reagor.
God, no.
I'm so shocked. Holy shit.
Right?
Let's just reach out to him, Whiteside, Aguilar, and be like, "Hey, so how's it feel not catching footballs?
Yeah,
like
for a living.
For a living.
Yeah.
Like, what a great living you guys must have,
and
then not catching footballs."
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then they're gonna show you their bank account, and that's how it feels not to catch a football.
Right.
Yeah,
I know, right? What am I doing wrong in my life? You cannot catch a ball make that much. My God.
Right? Drop balls all the time.
Yeah.
No, I can drop balls, throw it my way, coach. Oh,
yeah.
Oh man. I feel confident with this upcoming season. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. We got a lot of in store for us this week and this year. I can't say enough how much excitement I have with the upcoming weeks coming.
Yeah, this is on paper right now. We look like a phenomenal team, younger and improved from last year, which is hard to believe because then the last season we thought we were losing at least 11 players.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
like Micah said, man, we lost one of our top D linemen in Hargraves and replaced him with arguably
a younger version.
Like, I mean, Hargraves had like one or two 10+ sack seasons in his career with us.
Yeah.
There's a chance Carter does that this year. Like,
that's
unreal.
Like, who are you blocking when you have, Josh Sweat, you've got Brandon Graham, you've got Fletcher Cox, you got Jalen Carter, you got Hassan Reddick, you got Nolan Smith. Who are you blocking? Like, who are you gonna choose not? Who's gonna leave?
Who you double team? Yeah.
Like who? Like what's gonna happen? Like Darius Slay goes. You know what happens when the D line can get locked down. They could just jump all over those balls. Like they could. Well,
yeah. Whoa, pause. Whoa.
Those footballs.
It's a whole different podcast, my guy. The whole different podcast,
Mike.
those footballs in the air.
Okay. Okay. No, but seriously. Yeah. Yeah, no. They're definitely going to get after it, man. It's going to be very interesting to see what that D line, how that D line dominates, man.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering what number. Listen, I was just thinking about this. If Nolan Carter was 88 in Georgia.
No, Jalen Carter was.
Jalen Carter, that's right. Jalen Carter was 92. Well, do you give. Well, is anybody 92 on the team right now? Nobody's 92.
92,
right?
I don't think so.
That was Reggie White's number.
It was.
Was
it retired? Did they retire Reggie White's number though?
I don't think so. And I was also thinking 99 for Carter.
That's
unretiring
that's
Jerome
retired.
Brown.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Would
could
you
do
do it?
that. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to talk to Jerome Brown's
We
family.
retired 92.
They did.
Okay, yeah,
Which we should.
yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't see 99 coming out of retirement. I don't know. I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody wearing 99.
So wait,
Alright.
here's a
Anyway,
question.
my point was
Okay,
before I got sidetracked there. I was like, just imagine this line. It's just like you're gonna start with these young boys up front, Davis, Carter, Smith, and then you rotate in fucking veteran all pros, fucking Cox, Graham,
Sweat.
Sweat. Like what? Like who? Nobody has a line like that except for San Fran.
Yeah.
Not even San Fran. You got two good
Well,
players.
they don't got the rotations yet. Well,
They don't have the
3
rotation.
technically.
Yeah.
They don't have the rotation, but
Miners.
it's gonna be
The San Francisco Whiners.
Yeah, then on the rotation we do. I'll tell you what. Here's a question for you. We can speculate on this into the next podcast if we need to. Who gets 0 now that we made it a number?
Right.
ooh,
That would be. I'm excited to see who the first 0 is going to be.
might as well make it Jalen because he went from 2 to 1 to 0. So might as well make it Jalen.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Hey,
Changes
I think
ages
Zero.
3 times.
I think I need to see whose number it currently is. I think Carter. I think he should get the number 9.
Number 9. That'd be cool.
I think he should get 9. Just kind of always on his back. Like, hey, I fell to 9th.
that would
Let
be
me
cool.
pay you for it.
Yeah, that would be
Number
cool. That would be
9's
cool.
pick in the draft coming to make you upset, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
Foles might feel the type of way though. Foles might feel the type of way.
I mean, I think Foles would
Foles?
appreciate
No, we
that.
can't hurt Big Dick Nick.
You're right. I agree, but I think Big Dick Nick would agree. I mean, you guys saw the interview where they're like, "Yeah, Jalen Carter, he's a big dick. I mean, a big man." You know what? To me, I think he fits. I think he fits the profile.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think we.
Yeah.
I mean, that 9 is gonna look stretchy on him though. That line is
That's
gonna be
okay. That's
like holding
okay.
on for dear life.
That's okay.
Stretchy.
I think that works.
You know,
Also-
I'm excited.
Another point to make, just real quick. You know what we get to wear this year, right, boys?
The Kelly Green
Kelly
jersey,
Green.
baby. I can't wait. I
Oh.
check my email every time
Ooh.
the pro shop sends me an email. I'm opening that email to make sure that Kelly Green jersey hasn't gone on sale yet.
Right.
I know.
I'm coming for it.
I'm
Right.
debating if I get my Mariota jersey in Kelly Green.
Do I get a Jalen Hurts Kelly Green? Maybe I get a Jalen Hurts Kelly Green. That would be
I don't know.
sweet.
I said the AJ Kelly Green, so I might have to stick with
I
that.
think I have to go with Kelsey. I think I have to get a Kelsey and Kelly.
I already
Yeah.
got a Kelsey.
I just got a
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Last year, I don't know if you were part of the podcast we did, the Jersey podcast when we talked
I
about
missed it.
jerseys. So maybe we'll do another one of
I
those.
think I was the next podcast when I came on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll do that again, and we'll talk all jerseys, the whole podcast and we'll have Sean on because Sean's got a connection to get some jerseys. So
All right,
talk
I
nice.
like it. I like it. Yeah.
Nice.
Random question. Here's
yeah.
something we can ponder on. If we make the Super Bowl,
Oh man.
Kelly Green
here
Super
we
Bowl jersey.
Ooh, that would be sweet, right?
You know what I would like? The Kelly
With-
Green jersey with black pants
With
with,
black
the lime
pants?
green stripes.
Yeah.
Black helmet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kelly Green helmet.
Black helmet with the Kelly Green outline.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would be
oh,
cool.
Oh, that's fire.
yes,
That's
Yeah.
fire.
yes.
Oh, I can't get enough, man. I can't get enough.
I'm excited.
for this
We
season.
got we have a lot going on for this season, and I'm excited. You two guys you're excited as much as I am, and I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
I would like to do a
I-
quick shout out to the city of
Go ahead.
Boston for losing, the Bruins 7 games more than the Flyers this year after having a dominant season. You're out of the playoffs already. The Celtics, you're so hype how good you are, Celtics. We didn't even have Embiid playing.
The
You
MVP.
lose. Yeah, the Embiid VP. Like, come on, man. Like, shout out to Boston for trying to take a Philly book right there and losing a couple games in a row. Thank you for that. So, but here we
Yeah.
are, man. Philly all day.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's on the Sixer bandwagon.
Hey, Harper's
what I
back
mean?
too. Harper starts playing this week.
Harper came
Let's
back.
go.
Yeah.
And the Eagles had a great draft. Is it a good time to be a Philly fan? I feel like it's a good
It
It's
sure
time. to be a
back.
is.
Philly
It's
fan.
back.
Hey,
We're
listen.
back.
After about 2 months of feeling depressed from losing the Super Bowl, I can officially say I've officially worn Eagles gear for the first time the other day. So I'm back.
Feels
I'm back.
good. All right.
Yeah, it feels good. Hey, that's coming from a Jaguars fan. Yeah, how'd your Jags do in the draft?
Well, let's see. It's a new season, so I'm not a Jaguars fan right now. So
There we go.
Yeah,
it's
right.
retired. We're
Back to the
retired.
birds.
Technically, right. It's
Back to the
whenever we
birds.
right. It's technically whenever we decide that who's going to be the Eagles, that's our team. That's our team.
I
Right.
will say I was dead set this year on taking a team against us, and I didn't. And I thought, all right, next year I will. What am I gonna do? I can't. There's no way I'm choosing against this team.
No.
I'm
How
not ready to
could
put
you?
money down on the sports book right now.
Man.
Right. Yeah.
Let's do it.
You gotta
Oh,
do
Bad
it for me.
idea. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I
do it
might do
for
that
me.
later.
I mean,
Right.
right now is probably
man.
the best odds we got.
Yeah, true.
Ooh.
Facts.
All right. So that'll do it for us. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Squawking Eagles Podcast, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Squawking Eagles Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Miguel and Mark. Thanks for listening.
Bird dogs.
Bird Dogs out.
Go Georgia Delphia. EAGLESBULLDUWG. Whatever.
There you go.
There you go.
Woof, woof.